Hello, this is our fourth video in a series of 5 videos which explain the functionality of the Cambodian Vignettes app. In this video we will show you how to access the exam function. This is the function that assessors use to assess the knowledge and competency of healthcare workers in Cambodia. Before we start, there are two important things. We should, in the device, in the mobile phone or in the tablet, enable the location function, and we should also check whether the time and the date are correctly configured in your phone or in your mobile device. Let's start with location. There's two ways how to do it. The first way is to go to Settings. Here. Go into Settings. Then we scroll down to Location. This one. And we check whether it is enabled. In this case it is enabled. You might find it off. You have to toggle it on. So it's on now. Sorry, it's on now. You see the Vignettes app has already is recognized there. The second way how you can enable location is to swipe down twice from the top of your screen. So this is once and that's twice. And at the bottom you see location here, up here. Now I did toggle it off, I have to toggle it on. That's it. So that was GPS location. Secondly, we need to check whether the time and date are correct. So for that also we need to go to Settings. Click on Settings, and we need to go to Date and Time. Let's see where that is. Date and Time, General Management, Language and Keyboard, Date and Time, this one. And we click on Date and Time, and there everything is enabled. Automatic date and time, time zone, set time zone based on location, use 24-hour format, that's fine. Right, good, that's that. Now we have to go to our Cambodian Vignettes app here, this one. Click on it, and we will use one of these two green buttons. These two, yeah. The first button, the red button, select Test Vignette, is for training, for testing your knowledge without recording the results. You can just access it. These other two are for the first one, Run Exam Vignette, is when you want to run a knowledge test in a health center or hospital. And the second one, the competency test, is when you want to run a competency test in the health center or hospital. Let's run the exam vignette. We click on it here. We have to enter a code. Now this code is a specific code which is provided to you by your supervisor. It changes frequently every week. So every week there's a secret code. So let's enter the code here. In this case it's this. This unlocks the exam function. You see 4 options here. We see the KHC, the Health Center Vignettes. So when you want to apply a health center vignette for general outpatients departments. Also when you want to apply obstetric vignettes, specifically for the obstetrics department in a health center, you click that one. In case you're in a hospital, you want to apply the general outpatient department hospital vignette, you click this one. And when you're in a hospital, you want to apply the obstetric vignettes, you click that one. Right? So in our case, we are in a health center. We want to check the knowledge of the provider on general vignettes. We have to click this button here. This button, when you click it, it will generate randomly a vignette from the list of vignettes for health centers, for general OPD. You cannot influence which ones it selects, it just selects one. you will select 2 vignettes in every health center. So after finishing the vignette, you go back to the main menu and you can select the second vignette. It will again randomly give you another vignette. The same is for the obstetric vignettes also. You have to finish them and then it puts you back in the main menu, then you select the second one. Good, so let's click on the health center vignette button here. And the vignette start is the same as for the training vignettes. It's a general welcome screen. And here you have this screen which asks you, just like in the third video, described in the third video, 2 types of questions. It sort of tries to find out where you are. Are you doing a training or are you doing an exam? Of course we are doing an exam, we are doing an assessment, right? So we have to click this button. Yeah, this is an assessment, exam. This is not a training, it's an exam. And I entered the secret vignette code in the screen before opening this vignette. All that is true. So this is what we click. Now there's a second question again, warning second time. Again, it asks you the same question. And we do this because we all humans and making errors is a human thing. That's why you have a second time. You have to click it second time. Is this a training? If this is training, then click training. If this is an assessment, please click the assessment. Yeah, this is you are an assessor doing an assessment, and it's not a training. So you have to click this last button. So. And what happens here when you do that, we can go back here, is these 2 buttons are clicked. It jumps to the administrative part of the vignette, because if it's just a training vignette, it will just skip the administrative section. It will not show it, and that is just to facilitate the training on the medical subject. But in this case, it will ask you all the administrative parts. Now let me explain you how that works. The first question you get is your individual code. You have to fill in your individual code. This is a code that you get once you have been certified as an assessor. I will just fill in some sort of code here, doesn't matter which one, just to show you how it works. And I click on the continue, next screen. This screen asks you where you are, which province, which district, which health facility, etc. So let's try and do that. So you click on it. It's a drop-down menu, so you can see all the provinces of Cambodia, and you select the one that's where you are. So for the case, just to show the application, we assume we are in Banteay Manchai province, and by the way, the names are both in English and in Khmer, and the reason we do that is for programming reasons, and also to recognize the names. We had to program them both in English and in Khmer, so this is why you find it like that. So we click on Banteay Manchai. You see the English name, the Khmer name, and the code for that province is programmed. Then we click on here on OK. If you make an error, not a problem, you can just go back and change it, right? It's just easy to change. So the OD, that's the district. For the sake of argument, these are all the districts of that province. Let's take the first one, Mongol Beret. Again here, the same thing in English and in Khmer, and there's the district code automatically appearing. Then it filters then to the district that you have selected in the selected province, and here are all the facilities in that district, right? Mind you, there's a mix of things here. For instance, there is of course a hospital here, a provincial hospital here, but we were not in a hospital, we were in a health center, remind you. If you made an error there, we'll get to that in video 5, how to deal with that. But anyway, This is a health center, so let's take a health center name, a random one. Let's say we assume we are in Rusai Kraok Health Center. The name in English, in Khmer, and the code. It's okay. And then you have to answer 2 more items. It's just the way it's programmed. This is a health center. It has MPA, the minimum package of activities. If you would have selected a hospital, then the CPA appears, the complementary package of activities. This is MPA health center. Click yes. And then automatically the code for that health center appears also, but it is for programming purposes. We had no other way to program it. So you see also that this is the same code, 10109, as is programmed for this health center. See there, that's correct. All that is good. So now we can click on the next screen. Here, I'd ask you to do the GPS code. For that, you need to go outside or stick your arm outside the window. Let's try and do that. I'm just going outside now and click on the button GPS. If it captures GPS, yeah, it turns green, so it's great. It's captured the GPS location. You can go back inside again. It has captured where you are exactly. And go on here. Now it asks your name. You have to fill in your name here. Sorry, it's not your name. It was the semester of the year. Is this the first part of the year, January to June, or is it S2, the second part of the year, July to December? We are in the first part, assuming the first part is S1. Which year are we in? Let's say we are in 2023. Here it's a touch screen, so if you touch it, it will just show the date and the time where we are now. And this is important. This is why it's important to have it well configured in your phone or in your tablet device. Now here we have to fill in your name. So let's fill in your name. And this is an area where you have to fill in some signature for yourself that you have been filling in this form. That's okay. Click on next screen. Now we have to fill in the name of the provider. Fill in the name of the provider and the function of the provider in that health center. And also ask the provider to provide a signature to confirm that this is the person you interviewed. Next screen. And here starts the medical vignette the same way as you saw in video 3. This is an introductory message. It sort of describes what it is, the vignette, and how it is being carried out. You can read it if the provider has never seen this before, never experienced this before. You read it and you explain how the role play is being conducted. And you make sure that the provider really understands how this works before moving to the next screen. And here the vignette starts with the introduction of the case. This is what the assessor reads. Typically the assessor is advised to change the name of the patient, the age, keep it more or less the same, and I would keep the gender also the same. Yeah, otherwise you're at liberty to change some elements here. Of course, you read the exact case presentation, and then the role play starts, where the provider has to ask these questions to try to find the right diagnosis and prescribe the right treatment and give the right explanation to the patient. So this is it. You continue until the end, and you click finish. And you go back to the main screen and you run a second vignette, because you always do 2 vignettes in a health center. And after having done that, you go to the obstetrics section where you have to do 2 also. And that's it. At the end of this assessment, it's good to provide feedback on the performance to the health provider. That's all. Thank you very much and good luck.